see the street. Where is it? Is it close to look YouTube? Dan. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Can't find it. Nope. I have no idea why it's so difficult to find on YouTube. Of all places. Just dumb. Okay. I hear it. The music and organ. I don't know what the fuck I'm listening to be honest. Yep. I'm watching it on YouTube on my iPhone. That's what I'm doing. I don't know if you heard that, but I heard myself talking in the background just now. You blurred out your background, I see. Oh, okay. It looks funny. Not gonna lie. It's like extreme censorship is really what I'm seeing here. Like everything behind you is pornographic and should not be seen. I don't know why you can't hear me very well. I hear you just fine. Hello. Hello.
Oh, and then go my position real quick. Hello, welcome to Close Look. Do the thing.
Okay. This program is sponsored by Surrey Honda on 152nd and Fraser Highway. For excellent service and the latest deals, check out surreyhonda.com.
Nicely done. All right. If you notice, we're doing something a little bit different. We're on YouTube. I'm going to need your guys' help to make sure audio is going fine, because it all sounds good on my end. But I just got to make sure that it's good on your end. Dustin, how you feeling today?
Are you going to be standing the whole time?
I am. Do you see nothing but my mid area?
I want everybody to know that as they're tuning in, that I'm just seeing this man's chest, and he's so excited to do this episode. His nipples are erect. That's just how excited he is. That's what I'm seeing right now.
What are you seeing? Sorry, did you do one more time?
What do you mean do it one more time? I told everybody that I'm stuck watching your nipples and your chest, your tummy. That's all I get to see. His wristbands. At least I get to see that. That'll be his face.
It's because I have I have chat on the side here, so I can see chat on this side on the TV, the big TV.
Yeah.
And then I have my camera, my main camera right here. What you're seeing is yeah. So, anyways, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing great during this non-pandemic time. Dustin, what have you been up to?
Well, there was a very well. I was working a regular, hours, a little longer than usual because there are fewer people willing to go to work. But I am still, I still have my job. I still go to work, and I've gotten my paychecks. It's like things are still kind of sort of going for me. But thankfully, during that time when I'll be at home, avoiding the world, I'd be playing Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Bob does say hi.
Where do you see that in chat?
On YouTube's chat, if you scroll down. You can even do a pop-out chat. No?
Hold on.
We're still learning a couple of things, especially YouTube. So, Dustin's mentioning Final Fantasy VII, and we're going to discuss it a little bit. Because it is... I don't say this a lot about Final Fantasy games, but it is phenomenal. It's super good. Oh, it's Will. Will, why do you have to have so many names on different platforms? Is William not good enough? So yeah, we're gonna discuss Final Fantasy. Dustin, how far in are you?
I think I've invested about 12 hours into it.
We can't take his opinion then.
What?
I'm just making fun of you. That's
all. Oh, I didn't even hear that.
I said, can we take? How far in are you? You said about 7, 8 hours.
12.
I was off by a little bit. And how is it going? How do you like it thus far?
I remember the first couple of hours when I was starting, and my face was like a constant grin, and my goosebumps and skin crawling kind of sensations, because it's like, wow, like verbatim for the opening sequence and all that stuff, and certain other aspects of the main story from the original 1997 version. It's actually translated really well in this title, and it's a lot of fan service. But then there are new bits that it's almost kind of like I'm struggling to. It's like to insert an adoptive brother kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's the feeling I get with this new concept. It's like, okay, we're going to elaborate more on stuff that wasn't featured in the original game. And I don't know how I feel about it right now. I haven't finished it, so we'll see how it feeds into the main narrative of Final Fantasy VII.
It is pretty amazing, though, eh?
Yep, it is visually impressive for the PlayStation 4 hardware for what it's worth. I mean, it pretty much, I think, is the same game engine as FF15 that they're using. I think they just kind of refined the sprites, I think, in great detail. And I've been noticing how they've been kind of distributing the efforts for the graphics, and it's kind of like, okay, the doors don't look very great. Like in all of these cottages, the doors look like shit. But generally, it's like, because the actual main characters are the highest detail sprites on the whole thing, right? So it's like, okay. But I was also impressed with how lived in the NPCs were in the game. That was impressive, man. Like every NPC had some unique line of dialogue. So I was really impressed by that.
That's great. No, I've been watching. I haven't played it per se, but I've been watching somebody stream it. Sorry, you're not seeing me on the page right now because I'm trying. Because of Facebook, I have to do a lot more work here to get it on Close Look's page. So while that page loads, hi, I'm back.
Bob G says he can't play it.
William says he can't.
Oh, William can't play.
But moving on, I actually did have a structure. So I asked Dustin to watch Iron Man, the first Iron Man, an iconic movie. I think it came out in 2009.
2008.
2008. Okay.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to discuss how this impacted not only the film industry, but how it looked at comic book movies being made. I want to look at some of the undertones in the movie, because there is a lot. But Dustin, let's start off with, how do you feel like this revolutionized and changed comic book movies?
Well, when I think about comic book movies, I think about maybe what brought my attention to comic book movies in the first place was Blade. Yeah. And that was in 98 as well. I think it was 98. 97, 98, I don't know. Blade came out in theaters, I think, in 98. But anyway, that movie, I think, heralded the concept that comic book movies could be actually pretty cool if done correctly. And I think that whole thing with Wesley Snipes, being Blade, over what we have currently confirmed as a different person who's cast as Blade, for the MCU. I reserve my judgment on what they're going to do with that character when they insert him. But yeah, it's Iron Man is like the pretty much like thanks to Blade and all the subsequent like attempts like Spider-Man, Raimi Spider-Man, I mean, and you know, X-Men and all that stuff that existed prior in between that kind of content. And I think that we should attribute to thanks to their efforts that Iron Man became what it is. And Iron Man kind of started conceptually in 2006 with the Comic Con in 2006 when they made the announcement. Feige was like a young Feige.
Young Feige.
Everybody, a young Feige. You should see his face when you actually check out the old YouTube video conferences. Man, this business has aged him.
I feel like that's with everything.
Understandably so.
Hello, mother, Colleen. My mom's on.
Hello, hello.
I have. How do you? I don't know what she's talking. She's like, how do you send a message through here? I think she's referring to on YouTube. So, I'm waiting for Alicia to respond. I know she might come on today. But Dustin, back onto Iron Man. I agree with everything you said. Blade was, and I still think Blade is fantastic. And it's a shame that Wesley Snipes probably won't come back and reprise his role, which is sad. I mean,
nope.
But moving on to Iron Man. Moving on to the man. I have a book here. I wrote notes on the movie. I watched it yesterday morning. So Dustin, what's your first initial reaction to the movie? Say you're a casual person. What's your initial reaction?
Funny enough, I never cared about Iron Man in the comic books much, and so I was really reluctant to see it the first time in theaters in 2008. But I was excited to see Downey Jr. after Tropic Thunder. I was like, oh man, Tropic Thunder. Fantastic performance. So obviously, I don't actually know which came out which before accurately. You would have to Google Earth that stuff.
Hey Google.
But
when did Tropic Thunder come
but
out?
in terms
2008. So it was? No, it was the same year.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same year, both of them. And I mean, like Iron Man was like on the return trip from hell. You know what I mean, in his career, a return trip, and he was doing pretty good with these two movies to start with. After that, he was crushing it. And Iron Man was and let's not forget like John Favreau, and Feige and a lot of other. Well, yeah, people who were responsible for starting the MCU in the first place, they took a chance by filming Iron Man and Incredible Hulk, I think roughly a month apart or something like that, within the same year. And then they had to actually release those films apart, I think 8 months or something. I'm not too sure if that's accurate. But yeah, Iron Man was a big deal. It started the whole thing.
Maybe next week, now that we're talking about Tropic Thunder, I think we should talk about Tropic Thunder. Because stuff like in that movie would not be tolerated in today's society.
I guess not.
But we're not going to discuss it.
I think
we're going to stay on Iron Man.
Okay. Yeah.
I know you and I are thinking the same thing. So let's talk about Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. More the character than the man. What's your take on Tony? Like because he evolves a lot. If you stay with the movies from Iron Man 2 Endgame, it's like a total parallel of who he is. But he was kind of a dick. And when you actually watch Iron Man, now that you have that perspective, he's kind of a dick. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think that's intentional. They started him that way.
No,
because then, yeah.
So, no? Okay, you're not going to agree or
Sorry, no. Maybe it's just simply the delay of the chat. What's going on?
No, nothing on the chat right now, as far as I know.
You're asking about what I think about Tony Stark, right? Yeah, he's a douche. He started off as a douche. But, that's the thing about the parallel with Captain America. After they inserted him, it kind of made clear what they were trying to do with their characters by Avengers. So it's kind of like, you see, this is the thing though. We didn't know
Yeah.
about Avengers until the end credit
Well,
scene in
even
this
then
film.
we didn't know if it was going to happen. So,
Yeah.
I mean, after the Hulk came out, it was kind of rocky, anyways. So.
Yeah, that scene with him at the end of Hulk and being like to Thunderbolt
I meant,
Ross.
I,
It's like, I hear you got
I
a
meant in the,
problem. You should
I meant
talk.
more in the form of the box office numbers. But
Oh, box office, yeah, the
so
difference.
Tony Stark is a womanizer in the movie. He sleeps with
Yep.
2 people in the movie.
Yep.
He disregards tech. He he thinks he's the best at everything. But there is, yeah, I put only only seeing small picture. So he used to be a very small picture kind of guy, right? Build weapons,
Yeah.
get them out there, doesn't care, right? Um, which is kind of how we start as like when we're younger, when we're teenagers. I mean, you and I, Dustin, the same thing. When we would go out running in places that shall not be named, doing stupid things, we were very short-sighted, right? There was no, we were in school. It really is just day to day, you know. Now we see things a little bit further, right?
Yeah.
So that's the same as Tony Stark. He was very short-sighted in this movie. So, you know, a lot of kids can relate, even though, you know, should I like you, Donna? I don't know what my mom's trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I was also reading the same thing. I was like, should I like you, Donna? Like, are we talking about donuts or are we talking about
Oh,
Donna?
my sister just sent me a picture.
Dana?
Hang on, I'm gonna open it up. Look, we're on the big screen, Dustin. Look,
We
can you see
are?
it?
Okay.
Oh, you're seeing on this. Hang
No,
on. You're seeing on this one. Can you see it?
okay, yeah.
Hang
Oh my. All right, that's quite impressionable. Okay.
on. So we're kids, we're naive, you know, things like that. Um, yes, yes, I was like that, mother. Not now, but I was. Um, he wasn't honest with himself. Tony wasn't honest with himself. Again, when it comes with short-sightedness, it's because you don't want to look at the future and you don't want to think about the future, so you don't want to think about yourself, right? So I feel like he was very not honest with himself. I know, Dustin, that maybe you may have times like that. I know when I had times like that. Um, I put objectification. Um, so, and it's, you know, Tony and All was just the movie itself. There were so many undertones. How society sometimes treats media, corruption within corporations. Because remember, Obadiah wanted to vote him out, but he made it look like the board did, and it was more money. It talked about uniqueness, and not everybody's the same. I mean, we all have seen that iconic scene where he's like, Tony Stark built this with scraps in a cave, you know, and the guy's like, well, I'm not Tony Stark, you know. It talks about individualism.
Which foreshadows into one of the other villains in like the 23rd film. That's
That's the best thing
hilarious.
about Marvel Studios.
Yeah, I know,
Um,
right?
it was, I think, just iconic in the way that it discussed everything. Like, you be yourself, be true to yourself. And you saw that when Iron Man wrapped up at the end. He's like, I am Iron Man. He's taking ownership of that, right? And it's just, it's a remarkable thing. I was hoping for a more deeper conversation with Dustin to input, but it seems like I'm just going to keep talking.
Well, you know what I find interesting is that, like, down the road in the series, you get to understand his mindset and how he thinks about, the long goal, the long play, and how that creates PTSD in the third installment. You know what I mean? Like, he goes through quite a lot of hurdles in his emotional journey, uh, whereas Captain America kind of has a simpler
Well,
arc. But Iron Man has, I think, a much more relatable path in the long play when we get to Avengers Endgame. But this is a fire starter in the franchise. This is what brought the MCU to the forefront of everyone's minds. Now, let's be real. Back then, it was a crapshoot. Nobody knew that it was going to work
It was
out.
huge, and
Uh,
I mean,
yeah,
how was a dude like how is a hole going to translate on screen, right? Because yes, if you read the comics, you see that Tony Stark is what he says in Avengers, a I can't say the word, but a rich person,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
so it's, it's yeah. But I wanted to. This movie was just right in every way. When you actually like tear it down, I mean, it has terrorism in there. And actually, you know what? This goes back to because terrorists in this movie are made to seem like they're I can't remember with Iraq, right? Is it Iraq that he gets kidnapped in?
Afghanistan
Yeah,
or
somewhere around there.
Pakistani or something.
But
You
it's
know,
actually the
so peaceful.
Americans that were behind that, right? And I felt
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that was just
yeah,
such an interesting undertone because there have been wars when Bush was presidency.
yeah.
He did work with Osama and gave them the weapons, and then later on went to war with them, right?
Yeah, the U.S. have given Afghanistan weapons in the past and fought proxy wars in that
Exactly.
area. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense that they would have these kind of tones in the first introduction of the whole MCU, which is something relatable to people, especially in the United States, coming out of the, war in Afghanistan, and the war in the Middle East, fundamentally it was kind of a nod to that part of history, unfortunately, because it did happen. It was
Yes.
happening. 2008 was the butt end of really the withdrawal of the troops during those times, right?
But
So it was also social commentary in
yeah,
that respect. Yeah,
yeah, I was talking. Yeah, very true. But it also talked about or spoke like more like don't believe everything you see. Like not everything is what it's what it like. What's the word? Why is the word escaping me? Not everything is what it seems. Is basically what I'm saying, right? Um,
yeah, yeah,
I'm just talking about like right now. I'm trying to relate it to everything right now. We see a lot of stuff on media, and things being blown out of proportion. And this movie just kind of showed a little bit of like if you opened up your eyes, like Tony did, if you open your eyes, there's a whole world out there. I mean, Nick Fury says it. If you wait for the credits to end, and he comes on and he's like, "You think you're the only superhero that's emerged? The only one that it's basically like saying, are you the only one that's woken up? It's about time. There's more things that need to be done. And I feel like we need to kind of open up our eyes and look around and be those superheroes that we like to watch all the time. Disconnect. What are you talking about, Dustin? Oh, did Dustin disconnect? See, he doesn't move a lot, so I thought he was already on there. Okay, hang on. We're gonna bring Dustin back in. Watch these magic hands disappear. Hang on, Dustin. I'm gonna bring you back. It's a little weird. I'm gonna bring Dustin back, people. We're gonna save him. Okay, let's bring Dustin back. Bring in Dustin. We're gonna attempt. Otherwise, it's just gonna be me on stream. Okay. While Dustin figures that out, you could just call me when you're ready to go, Dustin, and I'll answer the call. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Great. I was sending another invite, but you weren't answering the call. So when you're ready, send me the call. It says that you're not online. So when you're ready, call me, and then I'll bring you in. So yeah, that's what I wanted to discuss. Are you not online? I'm online. It says active. I'm gonna try again. I love this. Yeah, somebody's probably watching Netflix on the other side of it. Try closing yours and coming back in, and then send me the invite or the call. Shut the app down and then come back in. Well, this is fun. I knew things the moment that I couldn't get on Facebook for whatever reason. There's a rare spawn. Oh yes, I did hear about that event. I would love to get in on it. As soon as I'm done, I have some things I need to do, some projects I need to get done, and then I'm going to be hopping on some Borderlands. Back to Iron Man. We're not going to stop this train. I just think that if you watch the movie with a different view, the undertones in it become more apparent. That sometimes society can be objectifying. Sometimes, if your mind is closed, things can still happen. The world still happens whether or not you're engaged in what's going on. I feel that we need to be more engaged with things, have our eyes open. Tony's just a good way to start. I know in the personalities you have the id and you have I can't remember the adult and the kid. Tony at the beginning with the Iron Man is more of a kid. He has his toys. He likes to build. He likes to play. He doesn't like to really listen to authority. But by the end, he kind of comes around. I mean, it's more apparent in 2 and definitely becomes apparent in 3 with different undertones happening in both those movies. But I really do believe that this one was the stepping stone, that a comic book movie, can be serious. Hang on. Dustin's calling. Let's get him in. Dustin. Hey, you're back.
I fixed it.
You're back. I missed you.
Folks.
No,
sorry, folks.
It's okay. I was just kind of wrapping up. Are you calling again? Oh no, my computer's just glitching. It's all good. I was just wrapping up that you should watch Iron Man again. Go back, but watch with it a different eye. You know, there's not much in the way of great cinematic shots, to be honest. It's just CGI. Obadiah plays the classic villain. You know, it's amazing to watch all these villains that the main villain in any movie is just copying the hero, like their suits or whatever's happening.
That's the Marvel formula.
No, but I mean, it is, and it's easy to do. But I think when you actually think about it, is that the villains are villains because they can't accept or evolve in any sense, right? They can only steal because themselves can't come up with a better idea.
Yeah.
Right? So I really think that Obadiah is the best. I mean, he says it at the end. He's like, you had a real gem or something here, and now stay still, you little B word. I'm going to shoot you. You know? Yeah. So I think that he's the best representation of that, and that if you just stay true, stay smart, that you're going to come out on top. And sometimes play smart instead of hard. Dustin, we did a challenge last week. Now I've been waiting for Alicia to show up, but she does not seem like she's going to. You know what I didn't do?
How long has the program been going at the moment?
Oh, it's almost 30 minutes. You know what I didn't do is shut my door. So I'm going to shut my door real quick. And you're going to tell the people what the challenge was.
Okay, so we were doing something for fun, just for kicks. Last episode, 11, we were doing a list. Now, I think a lot of people have gotten this through Instagram as well. I've been seeing it spread around. in different kind of graphics and font. But generally, it's called the 30-Day Music Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And we listed days 1 to 5 last time, which was a song you like with a color in the title, a song you like with a number in the title, a song that reminds you of summertime, a song that reminds you of someone you would rather forget about, and then the last one being a song that needs to be played loud.
Okay.
And those were the original 5. We already answered that on the last episode, and we're going to continue from 6 to 10.
All right, Dustin. Start us off then.
Okay, I'm going to start you off.
Song you like to dance with. Is it?
Yeah, a song that makes you want to dance. Yeah. Go ahead, man.
No, you go first.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you start off.
Okay, I'm going to go with the song that got me laid.
Okay.
It's called Get Lucky by Daft Punk.
Oh, can you give me a little rhythm? I think I know what it is, but I want to hear it.
It's with Pharrell Williams, remember? We all like to get lucky.
Oh,
you know that.
Okay, yeah. I can't play anything, we'll get striked, but I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's the reason why I'm not trying to give too much of the song away. I'm just like, get lucky, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Carrie's
And
not messaging in the YouTube, but he's messaging on here. So he says, "Oh man, a music challenge that I'm not in on." Well, Carrie, you could I'm gonna send you this, and then you could give us some.
You can play right now.
Yeah,
like
play right now. It's live
right
with us. I'm gonna send you this. I wish this was faster, but technology.
Anyway, so yeah, just to repeat, "Get Lucky" by Daft Punk. That's the song I like to dance to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my turn.
Yeah, your turn.
To dance to, man. You know what? It sounds weird, and I feel like I'm saying a lot of old songs. I'm actually gonna say Blues Brothers, "Need Somebody." I love that song. Have you ever seen the movie? Just how they
have. It's on
dance
Netflix.
all over the. I love it. It's just good.
I know, man.
You
it's
can't
good.
help but
it's
not.
Good. It's good old. It's good old fashioned movies back in the day.
All right.
Hopefully, Carrie can chime in at some point. But should we drive up to the next one then?
Yes, absolutely. So the next one is.
All right.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So day 7, a song to drive to.
This is a tough one. You're gonna have to go first.
Okay, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Ooh, are you just saying that because of the movie?
Wayne's World, man. That iconizes the whole thing. Like now, it's worth listening every time you're in the car. You know what I mean? Mike Myers was like, "It's okay, we've all done it. Might as well do it like tradition." You know what I mean? And sing along, obviously, and try to do the high and low parts in various orders and stuff like that. So, yep, that's right. Magnifico.
Oh.
Anyway, no one gets struck. Stop it. Don't get copyright struck. Anyway, so what's your second one, man? What is the song you want to drive to?
Oh man. You know what? It's a new one, and I know you're gonna love it. Billie Eilish, "See Me in a Crown." It's actually really fun to listen to while driving.
Yeah, you like driving with that too?
Think of it. You have it's a convertible. I don't have a convertible, but think of it. You have a convertible. Hand on the wheel. Arm on the window thing.
Okay.
Just
all right,
driving,
buddy.
You know, the bass. See me in a crown. You know, yeah. People like it. People get it. Chat gets it. Carrie might get it.
We'll see what his second choice will be.
He says here, anything by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Great driving music.
Oh, hey. All right. Finally chiming in. This is good.
It would be better if he chimed in on the chat.
On the YouTube chat? That's okay, man. That's okay. It's all always forgiven.
Fair. Yes. Okay, so the next one is a song about drugs or alcohol.
Oh.
Dustin, this is a tough one for me.
Was it tough for you? It was not tough for me, man. During the heydays of the 90s, did I listen to these people? In this case, it's Gin and Juice 2 by Snoop Dogg.
Why do you choose that song?
Well, because it is about the, all the extremes and pleasures of success, enabling you to do everything you could possibly imagine. Drugs on hookers, or booze on hookers, whatever. You can take it in any orifice you want.
Okay.
Anyway, that kind of,
Justin, your
concept.
song choices surprise me,
Do
but
they?
I think that that's what is pretty cool about this challenge, is because you choose songs that you just wouldn't think about. Carrie did respond. He says here, "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds."
Oh, nice choice. Nice choice.
I don't know why, but I assume that you and him understand why.
Well, it's the Beatles. And there was a lot of psychedelic rock during the time when they were going through that phase.
It's like, ooh, ooh.
Well, like Yellow Submarine, like you pick.
Oh, that one. That one's
Oh,
totally a drug song.
that was a drug album.
It was a different time. It was the '60s. Peace and
I
love.
know, man. Everybody just permits it as like, oh, it's scoff it off. It was the '60s. Let them have it. And every generation has a psychedelic age, I suppose, or decade, if you want to say. But yeah, that was my choice for number three about drugs and alcohol. And
Wow.
yours was?
I didn't. I think that I didn't do that because this one was really hard for me. Because even when I was young, I wasn't like into drugs or anything like that, or thinking about it.
Yeah.
So like a song that would like put me in that space. Oh, I just don't know right now.
Carrie?
Uh,
How about Carrie?
Carrie said the Diamonds in the Sky. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So we came up with ours, but you still struggling with
I'm
that.
the only
Okay.
one that has it.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get back to
This
that
one's an
one.
easy one though.
The fourth one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh,
Uh,
a song that makes you
yeah.
happy.
Are you gonna say happy? Cause we're
No.
happy.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Nope.
Fair enough. Go ahead, Dustin. What do you?
Take on Me by Aha.
Ah. Why does that make you happy?
I think it's because of all the good times where we had done karaoke, you and I, especially in Songstar.
SingStar.
SingStar, sorry.
Yes.
My bad.
We could do
Uh,
that. There is a third-party application that you could use, and you could sing like it's a singing game on Twitch where you could vote for the next song to play, and you get like a little audience and whatnot. I think that that would be fun. We should do something like that. If people want to see something like that, let us know. We can make it happen. I can make it happen. Um,
yeah.
that's a good choice, man. But that
Yeah,
wasn't a
Take on
choice
Me,
for
man.
me.
A lot of good memories with that one.
I think the one that caught my ear, and you know what? It's recent, so it's not something that's ongoing, but it does make me happy every time I hear it. And I know it sounds weird. Don't make fun of me. Constant Sorrow from
Interesting
Oh Brother
choice.
We're Out There.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? That song just makes me so happy. Just because there's so many weird things happening in it. So,
So
and if
true.
you could see the movie, see the movie. It's actually pretty good
I think I have. I
with
have.
George Clooney.
Very
There,
interesting
yeah.
comedy musical kind of thing. But is Carrie got an entry for this one? Out of
Oh, hang
curiosity.
on, he did.
No.
He says here, can he plug his own song? Of course he can, Carrie. He's like a bad day away. Just kidding. No, but you should go check out his new video. I believe it is Bad Day Away. I'll put the link in there and you'll be able to see it. He's like, Take on Me is a good choice, Dustin. Uh, he says, I say Billie Eilish actually. Bad Guy has grown on me and it's fun to play.
Right on, Carrie. Way to stick it
You
to
know
it.
what? I actually agree with that. I like Billie Eilish songs are just fun, but I don't see them as like because the question was, oh, happy makes you happy. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of makes me want to tap my toe. It makes Dustin want to do other things to himself. But okay, next question is a song that makes you sad. Is it? Yeah. Dustin, what makes you sad?
Crying in the Rain by Aha.
Wow. They had another song?
Yeah, I'm doubling down on Aha for the last two right here. Since you're doubling down on that other artist, by Billie Eilish and all that. So I'm going with Crying in the Rain. I guess you've never heard of it?
No, that's why I'm saying that I'm surprised they had more than one.
Yeah, check out on YouTube "Crying in the Rain." It's a
Okay.
pretty impressive kind of song, to be honest, with their range, in my opinion, right? Because it sounds like a Western,
Hmm.
more inspired kind of tune.
It's not a
Uh,
hit wonder though. It's like a hidden gem kind of thing, right?
Hidden gem,
Yeah.
I would say, for Aha is "Crying in the Rain." Believe it or
Okay.
not, really nice.
As we wait for
Start.
Carrie to chime in,
Yeah, we'll wait for Care.
mine
How about
is.
you?
Oh, I just had it. I just had it, Dustin.
You just had it.
I did just have it, and now it's gone. You know how you have a thought and then it goes away, and you're like, crap. To make me sad. You know what would really help if I wrote these down?
Well, I plug them in on my notepad for my phone, so I'm
It's
like,
smart.
yeah, I'll just draw that.
It,
Bad internet connect while gaming, saddest song ever. What? What?
that is a sad
Dylan?
song.
What kind of song? What kind of music does it sound like in that case? Is it just you weeping in the background, Dylan, or is it like or is it more of the aggressive thrash metal, like, God damn it? Oh, it's Fleetwood Mac. Okay,
Wait,
gotcha.
that's an actual song?
No, Fleetwood Mac is a
Yeah,
group.
it's a group. Yeah. Is that there's a song to that or no? Or is it the internet?
I don't know. He's saying Fleetwood Mac. I don't know what FR before it stands for.
Okay, Carrie did chime in.
Okay.
He says here, here's a really emotional, sad song a lot of people may not know. Sad and Sun and Moon by Above and Beyond. He says a beautiful tearjerker tune. No, Carrie, he's like, sorry for going non-mainstream. No, dude, we encourage everything. Oh, you're just saying Fleetwood Mac in general. Yeah, they do a lot of sad songs. Yeah, I think the
Yep.
one of my favorite songs from Fleetwood Mac is "What Hurts the Most." I think that's a good song. I like that. That's a sad song. That's a sad song. There you go.
Is that your pick?
That's my pick.
Okay, that's your pick. Right on.
What's the next one, Dustin?
That's it.
That's all our days? No way.
Yeah, yeah. That's five.
Okay. Okay.
The
So
next,
this
so the
upcoming
next
week.
five. Well, yeah. Let's just. I guess we'll mention the next ones for next week. I guess a song that you never get tired of. That's one.
Mhm.
A song that you love from 2011. Okay.
Specifically,
Uh, I'm serious. That's what it
Carrie can
says.
plug his songs.
One of your favorite '70s songs.
Mm.
A song that you would love played at your wedding. Well, that could be juicy. Uh, a song that is a cover by another artist. There you go.
Okay. Carrie corrected me. I don't know if you could see it on the screen here. So what hurts the most is by Rascal Flatts, or yeah, Rascal Flatts. So Fleetwood Mac is a different group, and I may know their songs too, but they may sound the same. There's a lot of bands that sound the same, Dustin.
There are a lot of copies of copies, man. That's just the way it is. People emulate each other's art. That's just human nature.
What
It's
do you
perfectly
think that
fine.
is? When
Why do
Marvel
I?
does it, it's called a boring plot device. But when artists do it, it could be good. What?
I don't want to say that the craft of making formulaic kind of serialized film series for the first time, like they're masters at the craft for sure. They honed it. They did it while DC tried to, but kind of failed, and
DC.
admittedly gave up on it at some point. But this battle of like DC and Marvel is kind of irrelevant now because the comic book industry is in dire straits for some reason, without not being able to make a lot of physical sales. They're being threatened by Marvel and DC kind of making the decision to push towards digital sales, but that undermines the industry to some extent. You know what I mean? Like, there's some interesting politics right now
I
happening with the
feel
comic
like
book.
that Marvel has kind of phoned it in recent movie installments, either way.
Yeah,
But I do feel like they started with something special. Of course, it's a big machine now. There's too many hands in the pot, anyways.
yeah.
And I feel bad for small. Like, can you imagine if Kick Ass came out anytime after Phase 2, like after Avengers? I really don't think it would have done well. Or did it come out at the same time as Avengers? Hey, Google, when did Kick Ass come out? No, 2010. So Avengers came out 2012. And as you saw, I mean, the second movie for Kick Ass did not do well.
Yeah, for some reason, a second one did not do so well.
So, and I think it's because we got so used to universes, things happening, you know.
Yeah, I think we were getting used to a serialized franchise. That's what's going on. Like, they trained us like pretty good lab rats, if you ask me,
Kind of like
with the
right
whole
now.
end credits thing. And you know how in the first few movies I've missed end credits and regretted it, and then
They weren't
like
a
some,
thing.
well, yeah, and then I think religiously after the Avengers end credit was when I was like, I gotta fucking stay around for this shit.
Really, Avengers. Oh, you didn't stay
Avengers.
through the Hulk, Captain America,
That's what
Thor.
I'm saying. I missed a lot of the
Wow,
original end credit scenes. I had to watch them on Blu-ray.
wow, that's a shame, Dustin.
Yeah, I was quite shocked myself. I was like, wow, I kind of got late into this, franchise bandwagon, as you can call it, for movie watching,
Damn it, Dustin.
because I didn't take it seriously until final culmination film. After that, I was like, oh, I'm on board. You guys got me. Now you guys want me, wanting to watch more. And then I rewatched, of course, Iron Man all the way to all of Phase One, basically. Rewatching Phase One just to kind of get a good feel of the importance of Iron Man and everything else that came before, right?
Sorry, your picture in
That's
pictures are
how I
glitching
find it.
out over here.
Is that
Yeah,
serious?
well,
Really?
you can't see. It's not on your end. It's I don't know what it is. This is why you try not to do things on Wi-Fi. But
Well, I plugged this
oh,
into
did you?
wire now to
Oh,
fix the
okay, that's why.
problem.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, Dustin, what are you looking to do this week? What are you doing besides playing Final Fantasy VII?
besides Final Fantasy VII
Yep.
Remake. Um, there's going to be another time I'm going to hang out with my old man. We're going to watch a movie called Don Quixote,
What is that?
which is kind of I don't know if you know about the writer, one of the actors from Monty
No.
Python. He's trying to make this movie called the Legend of Don Quixote or something like that. And originally Johnny Depp was supposed to actually be in it, but for some strange reason, in development hell for 30
Oh
years
my
after its
god.
conceptualization, like this guy managed to make a movie. Now they replaced Johnny Depp with Adam Driver,
Oh,
Kylo Ren, for the role that Johnny Depp originally was supposed to have, and then they picked Jonathan Pryce, I think is his name, who played the role of Don Quixote, right? It's a comedy. It's kind of like what you'd expect from a Mel Brooks
I
movie,
know, but I just don't see
like
Adam
Blazing
Driver as
Saddles.
that.
Well, that's the thing, the writing is so good that you don't really care about his performance, or at least that's what I've been hearing for reviews. I want to check it out, and I have not seen this movie, and I thought, why not check it out with your old man? So I'm going to do that. Of course, I'm working the regular hours and stuff like that, and yeah, I am developing, I guess, a jingle
Oh,
of
actually, yes.
sorts.
Speaking of jingle, I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dustin, for bringing it up. Do you have a taste of this jingle?
Do I have a
He
taste
was
of this
ready.
jingle?
No, the
Oh
guitar's
man.
like off screen right there. Of course I'm ready.
I anticipated the request, is what I'm saying. Hold on, though. I need to, because I didn't memorize the lyrics at all. I
This is
just
our
kind
good
of
friend Carrie.
wrote.
He sent the picture. He's watching us right now. He's going to be on next week, by the way. So Dustin is doing a song that maybe Carrie can help him finish next week.
I don't. Here's the problem, though, with conference calling specifically. When you're playing an instrument and you're singing at the same time, it does some weird modulation issue with the feedback.
Well, we're not expecting
So
perfection here.
you may not hear me very well compared to recording it and
So
playing it
before
digitally.
you start, I'm going to give some context. So last week, we thought it'd be cool if Dustin made a jingle. What about? We didn't have an idea. However, Dustin does this great thing with Surrey Honda, one of our great sponsors of Close Look. They give us the platform here. They help us keep the platform here to do things. But I thought it'd be a cool idea to have Dustin play a jingle about Honda or around the jingle that he already does for Honda. So this is what he came up with. I'm gonna go silent. He's gonna play it. The floor is yours.
All right. Surrey Honda, check 'em out, selling the latest deals. Surrey Honda, don't you know, on 152nd and Fraser Highway. Surrey Honda.
It's okay. That's good.
That was terrible. I was out of sync when I was trying, because I have the stupid messenger bubble over the words here.
Blame it on the messenger bubble.
And I missed out on selling cars for the latest deals, because I'm trying to go with like Surrey Honda, check them out, selling cars for the latest deals. Surrey Honda, don't you know, on 152nd and Fraser Highway was what I was trying to go with. But you know, it's kind of difficult after you're a little bit, you know.
Sorry, I thought I saw Alicia, and that was me. That's just no.
Oh. Well, yeah, that's just those riffs. I don't even know how well that was heard.
Dylan Butler. Take off. That's it. That's all you can say. You get strike. So again, the reason why we're on YouTube is because for whatever reason, Facebook, whenever I try to go live, which has worked every other week, and this past Thursday when I had an interview with Francis and Balrash, it worked fine. But for whatever reason, when I went today, I went to the Go Live, I went to Publishing Tools live like I usually do. Dustin sees me do this whenever we're in studio, and it works. But when I click on it, it kicks me back to choose pages, because we have 3 pages for Close Look. And then I do it again, and the cycle just keeps repeating. And for the life of me, I cannot figure it out. So I put the question to a bunch of places. I'm putting the question here. If you have an idea, please let me know. But, Dustin, good job, I gotta say. That was not bad. You know, better than what are you looking at? What are you looking at?
The disaster that was that jingle.
Oh my god, he's watching himself while we're live. You can wait.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Anyway, yeah, you know what's funny about that is that you gave me a whole week and I did nothing until today. I developed those lyrics in 15 minutes and the melody. That's the reality of the situation.
What have we learned here, kids? You don't do things last minute. You know,
don't procrastinate.
That's really
like
bad
me.
advice, because I'm pretty sure in high school I did do nothing but that. So
there's a time and place to procrastinate, but in this case, well, you know what? I'm actually quite impressed with how quick I was able to come up with that in 15 minutes. To be honest,
I think if you move away from just staying on the lyrics, like what you actually say verbatim, and kind of like maybe make different words that rhyme with each other, or whatever it is that you need to do, you know, then I think that would be better. And just incorporate some of them.
I think the recording sounds better. Huh? I think the recording sounds better because I was experiencing a nervous tick of what do you call it? Um, the word escapes me for some
Creativity
reason.
juices. Oh,
Stage
stage
fright.
fright.
That's what it is. Because I'm on camera, and you know I don't like being on camera, so naturally I
Here
have
you
that
go.
kind of apprehension. Nothing was coming to my mind. Anyway, in the last 15 minutes, I tried to compile some sort of lyrics in regards to this little jingle for Surrey Honda. Anyway, let's see if I can.
Oh, you want the third version? Okay.
Yeah, third one. Okay, number 3. Surrey Honda, check 'em out. Selling cars for the latest deals. Surrey Honda, don't you know? On 152nd and Fraser Highway. Surrey Honda, greatest.
That's all I'm gonna give you.
Okay, there you
Pure masterpiece, Dylan says, and it really is.
go. Yeah. Yeah, because I fudged up on the initial performance, so I was like, you know what, the recording does justice because I don't have to deal with the pressure of the camera.
That's fine. I get that. But with that being said, I think we're nearing. Well, we have about 9 minutes, but we're nearing the end. Dustin, what kind of? We're still in COVID. We're still in COVID mode, which means we're still at home. Uh, what kind of inspiration can you give somebody right now?
Well, pretty much during these times, you're going to be dealing with a lot of mental issues, to be honest, because a lot of people's lives have been completely abruptly stopped, interrupted by the flow, what's been going on through these questionable pandemic times. And naturally, the regression, it's kind of interesting because the governing forces are like, you must regress to save the populace. And for those who are natural regressors, or at least people who like to naturally become reclusive, is like, introverts and people like that, who can be very busybodied, but in a small space or in one place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then there are people who function on social interaction on a daily. It's like they can't breathe without seeing 15 or 20 individuals
I
a
actually know a
day,
couple people like
things
that.
like that. There you go, right? So those people are having probably the hardest, in my opinion. For someone like myself, I'm quite aptly
I mean,
adjusted.
you're doing exactly what Dylan said in chat. Buy Final Fantasy and be happy.
That's right. That's what was happening for the first 4 hours. I smoked a little bit, and then I just was like, you know what? I'm going to have a happy moment with this return of an oldie, I guess. And I was grinning
I
the
I
whole
really
way
think
through.
that
It was a magical experience.
being isolated is interesting. But I was in a conversation this morning, um, and it was about being isolated but still being creative. Right.
Yeah,
I think that we need to still challenge ourselves and do it in any form. I mean, for me, there is never a day where I'm not working on a project or a video of some kind, learning Udemy, and it just continues on. That's like my week. But I am an introvert like Dustin. I really am. I could be at home and just watch movies all day. I never get bored of watching movies, ever.
yeah. I never get tired of losing myself in
Yeah.
the
I
imagination
don't
of
know.
others.
Some people can. Like, they can only take. I know I was on a conversation yesterday where it actually nauseated somebody where he was watching a TV, like one of the shows on Netflix that binge. He says that he felt so
Yeah.
rotten that he had to take a break and he almost threw up. And to me, when he was, I was like, really? How? I've never done something so much. Like, I've never put myself in a situation where where I've wanted to throw up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It was interesting.
Yeah.
But movies, TV stuff, I can binge watch so many things and watch. How many times have you have watched the Infinity Saga. I have
I
I have
watched it a
watched
lot.
it
I
multiple
think
times.
like more than 12 times, maybe. I don't
So,
know, give or take.
and playing video games, even though I can't do it hours on end like I used to, I still do, right? So it's really, this is just your time to, again, it's a lot of self-reflection, right? It's what do you deem important, and just stay informed. You could still go outside, just maintain physical distance. Don't purposely go up to somebody to bug them. Wear your mask, gloves if you need to. It's a nice day. It was a high of 16 today. You know,
What was the
16.
high? 16. Wow.
So I'm
That's
sweating right
impressive.
now,
You're sweating. Well, you have a lot of
dude. It
equipment
is
running
so
at the same
hot.
time. So,
I'm gonna show you a little
yeah.
bit, a little sneak peek. So this is where I have chat. This TV alone emits like heat like crazy, and plus I put these curtains up so it blocks off some of the light, which is not too bad right now. But I also have this light right here, and that's super hot. So I am like burning. I'm sweating. Anyways, little things here and there. Dustin, so what's run down?
Well,
So next week we're gonna run down the music challenge. I'm gonna put the picture in the post, and then I'm gonna share that post. So if you want to be involved or you want to, Dustin's gonna send me what days we're doing again, so that I can put it in the chat. But if you want to be a part of this show or a guest of whatever day, I do special interviews throughout the week, so you're probably going to see a lot more content on that front. I know Simi's doing things, so you're going to see more interviews and stuff coming from her. Close Look right now has not forgotten everybody. Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate that. Can you put pictures in there too, or no?
not. I don't think I can put pictures in chat now, unless
Oh
you
yeah, I
can.
can. I'll do it after. If you want to be a part of this or be involved, we always look for people to talk to or interview or whatever it may be. You could go to closelook.com.ca. Closelook.ca. My God, I've been with them for months now. You can catch me streaming on Tuesday. I'll probably do it more regularly. I'm involved in a lot of different streams and a lot of different things happening, so I do my best. Dustin, can they find you on anything? What are you up to? What are you up to?
Can they find me where?
Streaming, doing stuff, or you just doing?
No, I don't necessarily possess the equipment to actually effectively sustain a stream. So I just generally restrict my activities to solo stuff. I mean, we did have that one match where we didn't do as terribly as last time in Risk with
Yes.
Lawrence. That was, I think, last
We
time I
suck at
played
Risk.
with you. Yeah,
I
we're
swear it's
not that
different rules
great. Well, as soon as people get Australia or South America, it's game over.
though. Carrie said that he would love to do Dustin's jingle cover.
Oh my God,
He's gonna
no!
remix it. Sorry,
Well, the audio that you have.
Honda.
Oh shit! Oh no! You're gonna give him that audio file, and he's gonna fucking destroy it. I'm just kidding, man. I know Kerry's a good man. He's talented. He's musically adept. Of course, he would be able to do something magical with it.
So, with that being said, we're gonna do our outro, and I hope everybody has a good
All
day.
right.
You can find us here next Sunday, 7 p.m. YouTube or Facebook. I'm gonna update you on my situation, but again, if you have a solution, please send it to me. Bye.
And a shout out to Alicia Brar. She is not with us in
But
this
we miss her.
episode, but we do wish her a safe week ahead.
I did.
And
I sent her a heartfelt message in our group chat saying that we miss her and that she's part of the team. Anyways, this has been Close Look. Thank you for watching. Dustin, do the thing.
This program is sponsored by Surrey Honda on 152nd and Fraser Highway, For excellent service and the latest deals, check out surreyhonda.com.
Oh my God. Thank you for watching. Thank you.